Hi, welcome back to our Build a Better Brain workshop. I'm Dr. Robert Moore, and we're going to talk today about the ulnar nerve. Your ulnar nerve is part of your brachial plexus. It's the lower end. We've talked about all these nerves up into here, the muscocutaneous nerve, the axillary nerve, the radial nerve, the median nerve. Now it's time to talk about the ulnar nerve. Your ulnar nerve controls this part of your hand, your pinky finger, and controls half of your ring finger, what we'll call the front side and the back side. It's in charge of your wrist flexing like this, called adduction, and a little bit of flexion of your fingers in through here. Now your ulnar nerve originates in through your brachial plexus, and there's 3 sites of entrapment that can happen. It comes down from the brachial plexus and it can go in through the retrocondylar groove. That's just a little area before you get to the funny bone. Everybody knows where your funny bone is. That is called the cubital tunnel. All right? And that's the second area. And then there's something called the tunnel of Guillaume. So let's talk about the nerve. We'll trace it down into here. So here's the first site of entrapment is the retrocondylar groove right in through here. And then it goes to the cubital tunnel. And oh, this is where truckers, or when you rest your arm on the windowsill as you're driving, this is where you get the numbness and tingling. And that's truckers get this problem a lot also, the condylar, this funny bone stuff. And we come down, and so we have our Flexor Carpine profundus here. That's before we get the cubital tunnel. After the cubital tunnel, the Flexor Carpine ulnaris. Flexes our fingers here. Now we come in, and we don't really get any branches off the nerve that are not cutaneous. Cutaneous meaning skin. So you have your dorsal cutaneous. That's for the back of your hand here, and you have your palmar cutaneous. They branch off before the tunnel of Guillaume. So this would be your palmar branch, and this would be the dorsal cutaneous branch. Now, as we go into the hand through the tunnel of Guillaume, right into here by the pisiform, this is where bikers, when they're holding handles, they'll get compression into it, so they'll get bikers injuries. And if you injure the ulnar nerve, you'll get what's called a claw hand, like this. I remember my dad as a kid, he hurt his arm, and his hand's like this. Now you might see people like this, ape hand, that's median nerve. This is ulnar nerve, like this, like, hey, the hand's kind of stuck like that. So when the nerve goes in through the tunnel of Guillaume, it splits off into 3 parts. You have your hypothenar part, your interosseous part, and the thenar part. Your hypothenar part is this area here. This is your abductor digiti minimi, kind of like a little bit of Star Trek. You don't include your ring finger, but you just do that. Your extensor digiti minimi, so your pinky goes back like this. And your opponent's digiti minimi. This is just your pinky finger coming across like this. You also, then you have your interosseous, are going to be the intricate muscles of your hand for your lumbricals, your dorsal interosseous, your posterior interosseous. And then you have your thenar branch, which is your adductor pollicis. Your pollicis is your thumb. Your adductor pollicis, so it has a little bit to do with this into here, so your thumb comes like this. And then your flexor pollicis brevis, so you flex your thumb. So that's the ulnar nerve. And most of this stuff is going to be median nerve, but it does have an impact on your thumb. That's the ulnar nerve. If you have any questions about the ulnar nerve, you can call our office, 810-225-7246, and we'll be glad to answer those questions. I'm Dr. Robert Moore, so let's talk about a great exercise. Now, a great exercise for your ulnar nerve, your median nerve, for your hand, is going to be something that stimulates the parts of your cerebellum for neural coordination and accuracy. This is called the cerebrocerebellum. It's the dentate part of the cerebellum. And it's just this exercise, I've probably talked about this before, and that is neurokinetic accuracy. Now, when you do it, I would suggest you can, if you can do it while you're standing, but start seated and stomp. Don't stomp your foot, but tap your foot. I stomped it so you could hear it. Tap your foot in succession with this. And what this does is it stimulates the cerebrocerebellum. And the cerebrocerebellum is this part, so this is my left hand. So my cerebrocerebellum is in through here, the left cerebellum. right frontal lobe. So it really hits a whole bunch of nerves in your brain. So you're actually working your whole brain when you do this. And remember this, when you do an exercise, when I'm doing this neurokinetic accuracy exercise, I am stimulating, I'm working my fingers and working all these muscles into me. I'm working the ulnar nerve too, by the way. And I have to get more blood flow to these muscles that do this. My flexor, my opponent's digitoid minimi, my opponent's pollicis, they need more oxygen, so I get better blood flow. Now, in order to do this and do it accurately, I have to use my cerebellum. So my cerebellum burns energy and it needs more blood flow too, so I'm getting better blood flow there. In order to do this, I have to tell my fingers to do that. That is going to be my right frontal lobe and my primary motor cortex. This gets better blood flow through here. There's a whole loop. My parietal lobe, my pons, my inferior olivary complex. There's a whole bunch of stuff being used in me doing this. All of those areas that are being used so that I can do this accurately need better blood flow. So I shunt, meaning I direct blood flow to those areas. So this is actually a great way to get better blood flow to your brain. This is why we can do these exercises with people that have strokes. We do specific exercises to stimulate specific areas of the brain or to get better blood flow to that area of the brain. So I'm Dr. Robert Moore. That's a little bit about the ulnar nerve, the 3 entrapment sites, and some functional neurology. We're here to help you, so please like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and most importantly, have an awesome day and God bless you.